Hey guys, exciting times here as we are getting ready to start our first online project. So I created this project as we've gone through, we've done most of our data analysis unit, and I wanted to give you guys something that was more practical, something you could get outside, collect some of your own data, and then show me what you have learned in this unit through a project. So I'm going to kind of read through with you right here, right now, this data analysis project that I've put onto Google Classroom. And if you guys have questions on it, please don't be afraid to ask, as I want to make sure that we're all kind of doing it correctly, but also having fun with it at the same time. So it is starting on Monday. So this Monday coming up is going to be the start of you collecting some data. So this project is designed to give you a practical experience of collecting data and then analyzing it. The data you collect is going to be from activities of your choosing. The project ties in both data analysis that we are learning in math and physical health and well-being from phys ed. So some of you have maybe forgotten, I also have taught you phys ed, so I want to incorporate some of that into our math. So the project itself, what you're doing, you're going to be collecting data from 2 phys ed activities every day of the week. You're going to then take those 2 sets of data that you've collected and calculate a mean, a median, a mode, and a range. The calculations will have to be done on Friday because once you've collected this data throughout the week, you'll kind of have Friday to work on your calculations. If you want, work on them on the weekend a little bit if you don't finish on Friday, and then hand all this in on Monday in a Google Doc. So kind of the idea of the assignment is you're going to take an activity, and I've given you some examples here below. You could choose exercises, you could choose running, you could choose to do some sort of sport. What you need to do though is get something that's going to give you a number. So I'll give you an example here. Maybe I want to see how many burpees I can do in a minute. So on Monday, I would count how many burpees I can do in a minute. I'd write that number down for Monday. On Tuesday, I'd do it again. I'd see how many burpees I can do in a minute on Tuesday. I'd write that number down. I'd do the same thing on Wednesday, the same thing on Thursday, same thing on Friday. I would have 5 numbers. So I would have those 5 numbers from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of how many burpees I could do in a minute. I would then take that data, those 5 numbers, and I would calculate my mean, my median, my mode, and my range. Okay? So that's just one example that you could do. Another good example, and it's the example that I did on the next page here. If you scroll across to the next page, I chose to do an example for a running one. So if you're wanting to do a running one, which is kind of fun, you can choose, it doesn't have to be exactly 50 meters or 100 or 1,000. Just choose a distance, a place to a place you want to run. So let's say you have a back alley and you want to choose to run from this one house to the other house. Just make sure it's the same distance that you run every day of the week so that those numbers are comparable. So I choose in my example here, I said that there's a light post by my house and there's another light post a ways down the road, and I thought it was approximately 100 meters. So I timed myself every day of the week to get a number. So on Monday, my time from that one light post to the other was 15 seconds. On Tuesday, it was 13 seconds. Wednesday, it was 14. Thursday, it was 11. And Friday, it was 12. That's the amount of time it took me to run that distance every day of that week. I then, once I had all of that data over there in your assignment, looking at our example together here, I calculated my mean. I showed all my work for that, calculated my median, calculated my mode, calculated my range. So that example there is kind of what you're going to turn in. That is just one activity, and you guys are doing 2 of them. If you would like to do a third or a fourth, go ahead, that's up to you. Just going above and beyond if that's what you choose to do. But please, a minimum of 2 different activities, calculating the mean, the median, the mode, and the range of each. Like I said as well up in the first page earlier, if you'd rather do something that's not on that example list, go ahead and choose something different. If you want to, let's say, choose an activity that's not up there and you're wondering, hey, is this okay to do? Go ahead and shoot me a message on Google Classroom. And as long as you can get a number and you can do that same activity the same way, the same distance for each day of the week so that it's comparable, that's fine by me. So let's have some fun doing this. I'm excited to see some of your guys' numbers and times. I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to try to run 3 kilometers every day. And then I'll calculate my mean, my median, my mode, and my range for a 3-kilometer run. So hoping my numbers improve throughout the week, I will start my 3-kilometer runs on Monday. That will be one of my activities I will do, and I'll choose another as well. So I'm going to do this assignment with you guys. Let's have some fun while doing it. Best of luck, and remember, if you have questions on it, please don't be afraid to ask. Bye, guys.